Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Scrappy Land on the Air. I'm Susan and we are going to run a bunch of different dies today through the Sizzix Big Shot right here. Alright, so if you have a Big Shot, stay tuned. We're going to show you how to run all different kinds of dies through this one little machine. The Big Shot comes with what they call tabs. There is tab 2, tab 1, and then this is considered no tabs. Alright, so when you refer to something, you say you're using tab 2, tab 1, or you're using no tabs. It also comes with two plates, two loose cutting plates. Alright, what I always recommend when you have a Big Shot is that one you keep clean. You might have some dog fur and some dust on it, but keep that clean. The other one, do your cutting on. Alright, and just remember that you want to make sure you're rotating your cutting mat so that it doesn't get warped. The more you rotate and flip-flop and turn it around, the more straight and flat it will always lie. All right? With that being said, we are going to start with cutting a QuicKutz die. This is a 4x4. You lay it on top of your tabs, on top of a cutting mat, foam side up, good side of your paper down, and then your cutting mat, the one that you're actually cutting into. You then roll it through. Listen to the wonderful sounds that come out. This is a die from the January birthday release, which of course you can't see right there. So to rectify that, we're going to run it through, just covering up one piece, again on the tabs, on the cutting mat, foam side up, good side down, your cut up cutting mat, and then your die comes out. So this is then the liner to that little birthday flag. Alright, so we've cut the QuicKutz 4x4. The next die we're going to cut is a boss cut flourish. Same exact concept of a QuicKutz die. Lay that on top of your tabs, your cutting mat, foam side up. Let's do good side paper down, and then your cut up cutting mat that I'm going to rotate for this purpose, and then crank it through. Whoops, all the way through, Susan. There we go. And there is our boss cut flourish. It's a-comin'. These little tendrils are the ones that get stuck. There we go, cuts nice and cleanly. Okay. Boss cut, done. Next we have, push everything back through, a Spellbinder die. Same concept. On the platform, on the tabs, cutting mat, die blade side up, good side of your paper down, and a cutting mat. We're going to run it through. The only thing we're going to do a little bit differently on this one is kind of carefully, I want to lift it. I want that center, I want the center to stay there because we're going to go back and emboss it. Alright, so it is cut. I could use it just like this. But what I'm going to do now is grab my tan rubber embossing mat. I'm sorry, I think it's called silicone. Okay, I'm going to lift up my cutting mat and I'm going to flip this down to tab 1. So just open one page. On top of tab 1, I've got my cutting mat, my die with the paper in it, the silicone mat, and one piece of embossing shim, one little piece of cardstock, and then my cutting mat, and everything goes through again. And then you have your embossed Spellbinder die. Okay, by Provocraft Cuttlebug embossing folder. What we're going to do with this one is go all the way down to no tabs. So you're just at the very bottom. And your base cutting mat and a piece of cardstock will go in. Good side up, textured side up if you're using texture. Texture side up so that it's facing the Cuttlebug logo. Down on the plate. Your cutting mat on top. And crank it through. And there's your embossed piece of cardstock. Alright, so we have embossed Cuttlebug dies, embossed and cut Spellbinder dies, cut Boss Cut dies and cut QuicKutz dies. QuicKutz dies, of course, would include the 2x2s, the 4x4s, the cookie cutters. Alrighty, any questions, feel free to email me at scrappylandsusan@gmail.com or leave a comment on the blog. Thanks for watching Scrappyland on the Air. Have a great weekend.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty.